There is an ocean of everything you want: success, power, and the most satisfying relationships. It's all available and waiting for you. This is The Zone of Action with your host, Jerold Action Jackson.
Welcome to another powerful episode of Zone of Action, the podcast. Now, today is a little different because what you're about to hear was recorded live at the Fillmore in New Orleans. And let me tell you, the energy in that room was electric. Now, I know some folks don't think appearance matters, but let's be real. It absolutely does. Not just in how the world sees you, but in how you see yourself. Your appearance can open doors or keep them closed. It can introduce you before you even say a word. And too many people, talented, brilliant, capable people, have been held back simply because they underestimated the power of presentation. So today, I want you to listen closely, not with judgment, but with an open mind and a willing heart, because what you're about to hear is a wake-up call, a reminder that how you show up matters. Here's a portion of that talk. Let's get into it. Now, I do realize before I even get started today that in my DM, a lot of people are going to disagree with what I'm saying. I understand that. I respect your opinion on this issue, but I think you should listen to this one, okay? The reason why on your quest to success, a lot of it involves sales. It involves you selling things to other people. And you can say, I'm not a salesperson. Well, if you're on your way to success and you need to convince people to give you money, you're in sales. It just doesn't magically appear. Unless you already have it, you put it in your account and it grows. Other than that, to get started, you need sales. That means you need to convince people that, okay, you are worth the time and the effort to spend money on. Your appearance does matter. Again, you're convincing people to give you money for a product or a service. Whether you like it or not, you are in sales. If you work for any company, you are a part of sales in some sort of way. You may not be the direct salesperson, but you are a part of sales. In your quest to go big, in your quest to, even if you're a startup, in your quest, it's about sales. You want people to feel comfortable about giving you money. And they are wondering, is this a wise investment? Even you, when you spend your money, you want to know that your money is being spent wisely. Let's look at a lawyer. Before you, and you will need a lawyer. I don't care what it is you do. Especially once you get successful, you will need a lawyer. Because as soon as you become successful, people want to sue you for anything. It is a cash grab for anything that you have. When you walk into your lawyer's office and he is dressed in a tracksuit, you kind of think, do I give this person $7,000 of my hard-earned money? Or do you want the guy in a shirt and tie? Or the lady in a nice business suit? Do you want to do that? The banker, which you're going to place your fortune in. If that person is just sitting around in some shorts and a T-shirt, is this the banker you want? Or do you want somebody who's dressed up? Shirt and tie, business suit, business attire. Your insurance salesman. Think about it. Your airline pilot. What if that dude showed up in some sweats? The airline pilot, he's not wearing his uniform. He's not dressed up. Are you wanting to fly on that airplane? And I'm quite sure there's some airlines that do that. I'm not going to. Trust me, I would say a joke right now, but I'm not. But there are probably some people who do that. Your doctor, when he walks in, he needs to be either wearing a suit or he needs to be wearing his lab coat. Whatever the case, it needs to be said instantly. When you see him, he is a doctor. He needs to have a stethoscope around his neck or something. An accountant, especially an accountant. You don't want your accountant, the person you are trusting your financial wealth with, you don't want that person dressing in anything, and you don't want them riding in anything. How can they suggest to you how to spend your money when they're driving around in a 1992 Ford Taurus and riding around in sweats and yoga pants? Even yoga instructors, if you're spending money on a yoga instructor, you want that person to actually have on the outfit for a yoga instructor. No matter what size, no matter what anything, you want that yoga instructor to have the yoga stuff on with the yoga mats and everything. Even your valet driver, the person you are trusting with your car to go park it, you want that person at least wearing a uniform with a logo on it, preferably matching with the other valet drivers. Some dude who's got a Def Leppard t-shirt on and some jeans, that's not the dude you're handing your keys to for your car when you're at the Capitol Grill. That's not happening. Your appearance matters. Now, in your quest, now here's the thing. I do stuff in radio, okay? We are trying to convince people who are spending money on advertising on our radio stations that spending money with us will make you successful. Now, we can't, okay? We absolutely can't convince anybody that we're successful when we're dressed up in anything because we're comfortable. By the way, I did the quotation marks in the air. Comfortable. I understand. Let me tell you why I dress up. Because we are trying to convince people. We're trying to get millions and millions and millions of dollars from somebody. And they're not going to just hand it over to somebody who doesn't look like they're successful, who doesn't look like they're going to convert the money that you're giving them into a return on investment. You've got to show up, dress up. I understand comfortable. But success is not inside comfortable. Success is outside of comfortable. You don't have to spend a lot of money on your clothes. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, you can actually get the basics. A white shirt and a nice tie at Walmart or Dollar General. That will work. For anyone, a business suit, you can get one easily at one of those stores. I can't name the discount stores, but it doesn't, as long as it's clean, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have an Armani suit. You can have the Walmart special. Your appearance does matter. See, dressing up gives you credibility. You will find that people will treat you differently when you're dressed up. Your arguments are completely different and listened to rather than you're wearing a baseball cap, jeans, and some t-shirt. When you're dressed up and you dress for success, your credibility, the conversations are differently. People approach you differently when you are dressed up. Again, I understand that people are going to be in my inbox saying, hey, I don't agree with this. I want to feel comfortable. I understand that. That is your reality. And I'm not here to bust that up, if that's your reality. Let me tell you what happened to me back in 1998 in Aberdeen, Mississippi. Now, at this particular time, I had completely forgot that my driver's license plate had expired. I had the new sticker with me. I just didn't put it on. The police pulled me over. Nice policeman. But in order for me to fight this ticket, which was close to a couple of $100, I had to go to court in Aberdeen, Mississippi, which is probably about 60 miles north of Starkville. That doesn't matter. But it's Aberdeen, Mississippi. So I walked through the court. The bailiff said, oh, okay, you can sit right here. And I'm sitting with the other attorneys. You know why? Because I got on a shirt and tie and a suit. And I have a briefcase on because I got to go to work. And all of my information showing that I did have it, it just wasn't on my car. All that was in my briefcase. They sat me with the other attorneys. If you have an attorney, your case goes first. This happens in a lot of courtrooms. If you have a paid attorney, you go ahead of the line of everybody else who doesn't have one. They called me. Like, who are you representing? I was like, I'm representing myself. So you're not an attorney? No, sir, I am not. But I was already there, so they let me go. And I presented my case. I had all my terminology down. Right? I had everything together. I had a copy of the law. I had everything. Case dismissed. Boom. Only thing I had to pay is like $15 for the court costs for just wasting the court's time with this. Boom. Done. Dressing up, like I said, people will treat you so much differently when you dress up. They will treat you so differently. You will be amazed. Do that. On a random Sunday, just dress up. Or no, you know what's better? Dress up on a Saturday. You're not going anywhere. You have no special thing to do. Just do this. Just do this. Trust me. Dress up on a Saturday. Go out to lunch. Go do all of your errands dressed up. And notice how people treat you differently. Somewhat with respect and reverence. There has been many times that I have, even if there's a problem with something, being dressed up, the decision would go my way. Now, some people could say, no, because you're an outgoing personality. It could be. I remember a time when you flew on an airplane, you had to be dressed up. To this day, I still do that. I'm wearing a shirt and tie every time I get on a plane. I think the last time I didn't wear a tie, I just went with an open collar, but with a suit coat. Okay? They treat you differently. Now, this may be dated by the time you hear it, but tomorrow is Mardi Gras. Tomorrow is Mardi Gras. And all of our listeners to the 2 radio stations I work with and some of the podcast listeners will be at the place where I am. At this club, which has a rooftop, and you can throw beads. We got free beads and drinks and all that. We got all that stuff. I'm not showing up to a station event during Mardi Gras dressed in some sweats. These people, and especially people from the podcast who know that I'm going to this event, they expect me to be dressed. These people drove all that way. They parked their car. They spent money on parking a car. The average cost is anywhere from $10 to $40 to park your car because you can't get to the street where I'm on. You have to walk. I have to walk. Okay? But I am going to be dressed because I appreciate people spending their time and their effort and their money to come see me. At any of my book signings, I am dressed. It's a sign of respect for you. I will be there, dressed. I might wear some beads. I might, because it's tis the season. Okay? But your appearance, it does matter. Recorded live at the Fillmore in New Orleans. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, JeroldJax. On Facebook, Jerold Action Jackson and Zone of Action. Check out the website, JeroldJackson.com. Happiness starts with you, not with your relationship, not with your job, not with your money, but with you in the zone of action.